Hello, Devils. J-Dog back, goddamn Devils Hour, 6 a.m. In today's fucking Devil Hour, we're going to be going over the Devils on the video Funniest Death Metal Show Stories. 820 views 11 days ago. And it's got 102 comments. Quite a beefy amount. And I did not proof it whatsoever. Just got to the video that I knew I left off on first. So let's see what the fuck we got in here. Let's do some searching, Devils. See what we got. Goddamn questions out of 102 motherfucking comments. There better be something in there. It better be goddamn good. Not a question, but I compliment. Aegis Raven. Never heard from you, brah. J-Dog's honesty is the fucking best. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm always honest, bro. I'll tell you how it fucking is. Kind of curious what the fuck I talked about, though, on this video. Show stories. Kind of remember they talked about Evolves too, but I don't remember what else is. What do you refer to on that? I said I trust this guy in any situation, even though we disagree on some bands. Yeah, I mean, of course we would. We disagree on. There's not a human being on this earth that I agree with everything that they like or say or do, and vice versa. But they shouldn't, because nor should you, because that's what makes you an individual. Got a kind of a book, but it's from, I can never fucking even say this, but the Vesuvia Corpse Flower, which is common many times. J-Dog, you once mentioned how Sod Magazine's reviews were annoyingly always 10 out of 10 skulls. Not always 10 out of 10, but it was, so 10 out of 10 was like his second best, and then when it was 666 skulls, that was like his, it's the best of the best. But the lowest I ever seen that guy give anything is like a 7 or 8. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but me, when just looking through the magazine as a teenager, I've never seen him give a 1 or 2 or 0. And then somebody kind of like defended him, like when I said it once over the years, like, yeah, because he only reviews what he likes. I'm like, well, A, he reviews quite a bit of shit, so goddamn, he's easy to please because he goddamn likes everything, and he's got like a shitload of reviews in there. And me too, even myself, when I give reviews on shit, like even stuff that I do like, I'm like, there's a lot of stuff I'll give it a 6 or a 7, and I still like it and bought it. It's like, not everything's a 10 and shit, man. Because that's just like, so you're basically saying that damn near anything that you kind of like is it's as good as fucking Slayer Show No Mercy, or it's as good as fucking Tomb of the Mutilated. It just doesn't make any sense. Like, so everything's just equal? Where the fuck did he leave off? Do you have any thoughts or opinions on any of the classic 90s metal mags like Terrorizer, Pit Magazine, Resound, Relapse Records, Metal Maniacs, the Grimoire of Exalted Deeds, Ill Literature, or even the hipster mag Decibel? Yeah, I was never a big zine guy, but I definitely had some of the Grimoire of Exalted Deeds, and I definitely had some Resound, the Relapse, maybe the Metal Maniacs here, there, and a Terrorizer here, but for the most part, on the ones you mentioned, the Resound and the Grimoires. These magazines were highly informative, influential to many fans of that time. I stopped buying Metal Maniacs in 1999 because they snubbed the death metal scene for boring black metal. When I knew who Metal Maniacs was at the time, like kind of because like I said, my first show all shit was 98, and when I'd be kind of interested to spend my money on zines instead of the actual record, CDs and records, Metal Maniacs was already down the shitter. It was obvious, Pantera and crap like that. Like, what the fuck do I want to hear about Pantera for? So yeah, I never bought anything by Metal Maniacs. Well, from what I understand, like on the early days, they started off good, and then went down the shitter, as much of them do. Appreciate the videos, man. Lots of cool people in the comment section. That there are, and that's why we're all talking, brah. Myzothea666. Howdy, iDog. Do you like any bands with multiple vocalists? Oh, me fucking shit ton. I mean, Impaled is multiple. Exhumed. Carcass. One of the reasons I love Slaughter Strapato is how the two vocalists kind of added to the dynamics. Yeah, I agree. That's why. Yeah, like I said, Exhumed, Pale, shit like that. I love that. Ghoul. Don and Kanye's occasional exchanges were also ridiculously cool. Agree. Yeah, and they do both, and Jim would kind of like raid the convent and shit when Don would be singing, and then Jim would come to do his fucking part in. I agree. Cryptic Brood from Germany, great filthy death metal. If you haven't heard, are 3 guys, and all of them do some of the vocals with fairly decent styles, which sounds great, especially live. Yeah, I mean, another band like Dying Fetus as well, especially the old Dying Fetus shit, early 2000s down. Stop at Nothing, it was the last record that I know very well, like the songs wise. After that, Never heard of Dying Fetus album. I thought sucks, like War of Attrition shit. I just don't know them. But Stop It Nothing Down. I like that stuff quite a bit, especially Killing on Adrenaline, Purification of Violence, and Destroy the Opposition. Those are definitely my favorites. But two vocalists, like you're saying, so I like that stuff a lot. From Joe Dinkins, question: hearing how shredded Chris Barnes' vocals are nowadays, aren't you glad Cannibal Corpse got Corpse Grinder, considering Cannibal is the far superior band? Yeah, yeah. I mean, imagine if Chris stayed in Cannibal and they're just kind of like keeping him as like a third fucking wheel. Like, man, this guy's got to fucking go. Because yeah, he's just horrible now. Bowen Bowen Revels. Hey J Dog, what's your take on the recent Cannibal Corpse and Dying Fetus tours with deathcore bands? I mean, I didn't know about it, but yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, they haven't. It's not that been that recent, right? I mean, Cannibal Corpse has been taking bands on the road for years, and I'm like, just shit. I don't like it all. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but I mean, at the end of the day, you got to remember these bands are living off their band and they're doing it as a business, and you're like, oh, well, that sucks or whatever. That's yeah, but if they take that away, they're not gonna. These guys are in their 50s, especially Cannibal. Like they're not gonna fucking do it no more. Not because oh, well, that just sucks or a bunch of sellouts want to do it for money. Well, no, with that I gotta go get a day job. They don't have time. And a bunch of old men they did it for fucking 30 years. Why the fuck would they want to do it for free? So you got to make a living at the same time while doing shit you like. If it's a necessary evil, it's a necessary evil. But yeah, I mean, I prefer that they just stuck with stuff like Immolation and stuff like that with them, not deathcore shit. I'm not a fucking fan. But I don't even know what actual bands did they take with them. But I'm not even familiar with any of that fucking garbage. From Pikel again, goddamn it, on the topic of Granblowski, how were they to work with at Hell's Head Bash? Also, how come in 2016 you guys didn't use the bigger stage for the show like you did a year prior? Thanks. As far as Granblowski, actually, because somebody did ask about maybe it's this video that I brought up. Somebody asked if I was looking for the new Granblowski, which I wasn't looking forward to at all because I just said I like mocking the philanthropist. But we got the CDs in of the new album. I listened. I thought it was pretty fucking good. Definitely much better than the second and third album. Maybe I got to go back and listen to those ones. But I remember not liking the second and third album at all. I thought they sucked. I've always just liked the first one, mocking the philanthropist. But I listened to this new one in the shop. I'm like, this is pretty fucking good. Like, totally sounds like kind of what like the first album. I remember the second and third not in a sense. Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. It's been so long since I heard them, but I remember not liking them. And the only one I own is the first album. Working with them, I didn't talk to them at all. I don't remember if it was Chase or Eric who talked to them. Email. I think it was just strictly business. I don't think they talked too much about anything else. So no really experience. None on my end. I remember when they set up their merch stand, it was right next to our table, and I think I said hi, and that was about it. So don't really have an experience. And as far as the stage, why did we use the bigger? Because money. The bigger one was much, much more expensive. I think in pre-sales or whatever we saw, well, we can make this work with the smaller stage. And if it's like, I think it was like $5,000 less, that's why. From David Kelly, hey J Dog, curious if you have any opinions on Dissenter Chicago. Ooh, that goes back a long time. As one of my favorite underrated U.S. death metal bands. Also, is Karum. I recognize the name, but I can't pronounce it. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with them. Czech Republic, kind of death grind. Eight full length albums. Goddamn. And I've not heard one other person ever talk about them, even online. Yeah, the name kind of looks familiar, but I can't say I'm familiar with them either. But Dissenter from Chicago, it's been a long time since I heard. I remember liking their first album. I remember being kind of like in the category of kind of like pessimist. Like it's like death metal, but with a little bit more of a black metal edge to it. Correct me if I'm wrong there. That's what I remember. But I remember liking the first album. It's definitely in the forgotten metal category. Got the first disc when I was 15 or so, but it's been a very long time since I've listened to it. But I remember thinking it was good. Did they do a second album too? I remember if they did, I'm pretty sure that I didn't like that one. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that was the case, and maybe that's why I kind of stopped paying attention to them. But Yeah, but yeah, Dissenter, fuck, it's been a long time since I thought about that band. Yeah, it sounds like this is from Mushroom Leg. This is definitely before my time. Dogman, did you ever see any shows at the club Speak in Tongues back in the day? I never even fucking heard of that club, so it's got to be before my time. Craziest fucking club ever. Saw Kanye fight skinheads and get slashed during a schnauzer set. Really, that doesn't sound like Kanye at all. He didn't. I've never seen him in a fight, nor would ever fight with anyone. Or not saying he wouldn't defend himself, but probably Kanye's most badass moment I ever saw. What year was that? Yeah, yeah, never even heard about that. Yeah, so I definitely was not there. But yeah, the club, speaking tongues, where was that at? Was that in Parma? Was that in Lakewood, Cleveland? Where was that at? I never even fucking heard of it. Some of these, there are some questions here, but definitely ones that I've answered before. Uh, uh Scum Christ 718. I know I've done a question for you before. I recognize the user ID. Good morning, J Dog. Am I crazy, or is the current tape trend some hipster nonsense? I'm a little older, so I remember when tapes were the format, and CDs were a definite upgrade. So the whole tape thing has me scratching my head. Keep up the videos, and thanks for always getting those orders out super fast. I mean, is it hipster nonsense? I kind of didn't understand when they came back. The only thing that kind of makes sense when they came back, now they're more expensive because everyone's doing them, is a lot of the guys from like poorer countries like Malaysian shit would buy them because it was cheaper to get a full length album for like $6. But fuck, a lot of tapes, like they're putting out like Immortal and stuff on tape, just full length albums, and they're charging $10-12 for them. Now, that's what you have to charge for. Like even us, we have to because you get them for $8 or $9. So what the fuck else are you gonna sell them for? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like at that point, yeah. What's the point? Like I get it. Like yeah, if you're trying to get a full album and you can't, you're trying to save a few bucks because times are tough. That made sense. But outside that, I'm kind of like, yeah, tapes wear out and shit. I didn't understand it myself. Is it is it hipster nonsense? I don't know. You be the gate judge, man. It's a possibility, I guess. You said it, not me. Matt Powers. Hey J Dog, is there any way you guys can reprint old school Sepultura shirts? I remember you guys used to have them. I would love to buy one. Love the videos, bro. We did get some in a trade, but us printing them like officially and stuff. I mean, I doubt those fucking Cavalier posers would like to go for that. I mean, they're too busy with Soulfly and fucking homeboying it up. Last I checked. So I mean, Hell's headbangers are like hell. Who? Hell's what? What? They don't even know what the fuck that is. I like Christ now. Hell's. I don't want my band affiliate with that. Be up for it, but I doubt it. Star V, the guy that was ripping out my fucking rap happy name. Do you get reported to the FBI if you order NSBM from HHR? I mean, we don't report shit to nothing. I mean, no, not from us, anyways. Um, Not to mention NSBM. I mean, do we even sell? People, it's so fucking annoying when people accuse us of this shit. Like, what a. Okay, I guess you could throw if you want to pull. It's the black metal, maybe Granblowski, Satanic War Master, few Werewolf Records bands. What all? We have over 20,000 titles in stock. What are all these NS bands that we sell? I mean, what is there? The whole fucking catalog. Was there maybe 10? I mean, so it's kind of like it's a very, very, very small portion, if there is any. Um, so I'm kind of like, yeah, who are all these fucking racist NSFBM that bands that we're carrying? I'm unaware of. From Human Brisket. Question: what do you think Arnold Schwarzenegger would enjoy more, Manowar or Deicide? I don't think he would like either, but if I had to choose, I mean, I would say my money would be highly put on Manowar because it's more old, and you know what I mean. I mean, Arnold was born what the fucking 40s? Sounds about right. 40s. I mean, he's in the 70s now. There's to me, you know what I mean. So for him, when he heard ACDC, he probably thought that shit was fucking heavy. So I mean, Deicide would fucking blow his head off. You know what I mean? He'd be like, "What the hell's this shit?" Manly Man Vergaler Larga. J-Dog, do you listen to melodic death metal? If so, what are your favorite albums? Mine could be North from Here, Skydancer, Crowned in Terror, Terminal Spirit Disease. Yeah, I mean, I definitely do. I like some. I mean, would Carcass Heartwork be considered a melodic death metal album? I would say so. You said Crown of Terror by The Crown. That's a great album. I love that album. So that was the last album I really know too. To get Crown's another band. Nothing shitty by them. I own some later. I definitely don't own every album at this point. But what was the album? 13 or whatever. That's the first one I'm kind of fuzzy on. I do own that album. But Crown and Terror Down, those are the albums I know in their entirety. And I love all those albums. My favorite one is Death Race King. So if you consider all those melodic death metals, those are in there. Love the Crowns. I mean, does God Dethrone count? I mean, it's kind of like a blackened death melodic. So God Dethrone, huge God Dethrone fan. The only At the Gates album I actually like is Slaughter the Soul. First one I heard, and I just thought the early ones were boring as shit. But I thought Slaughter the Soul is fucking great. Because like listen to like the first and second album and shit, I'm just like grotesque. The pre At the Gates is like, this fucking destroys this. Bog of Eternal Stench. Question: what's your favorite episode of Married with Children? It's fuck, cause yeah, that's why, like I said, that's like my favorite show. That and like Tales from the Crypt. Never thought about it. Definitely, I wouldn't say I have a favorite. But what's an episode I really like? I'm gonna go with that. I mean, some of the two parters are really good. I mean, you get to. I mean, like when they go shopping and shit, like they move in the shopping center. That's really good. Definitely not my favorite, but I'm trying to draw by. Yeah, I never really thought about like a favorite episode. Pretty much, I don't think there's never an episode I didn't like. I was entertained by virtually every episode. I definitely one I really like. I definitely like when Al starts his own goddamn farm. Old McBundy had a farm, and then he gets pissed off the fucking rabbit. Like that one, but I don't know if that might be my favorite. Also, oh my god, that chuddling that that chuddling with his Static X questions. He's gonna be asking if you listen to him next. Yeah, very well may, and that's actually a band. I didn't even know who the fuck that was until I was in my 20s. It was like who did I hear about it from? I think it was my sister's first ex-boyfriend. So they were, because my sister's 8 years younger than me, so I was probably like 24 or so at the time, and she was like 16, and they're just teenagers in high school. And they asked me, "Do you like him?" I'm like, "Him? What is that? The name of the band?" Like HIM stands for His Infernal Majesty. I'm thinking there's only one Infernal fucking Majesty, and I haven't heard it, man. But based off the fucking name and the fact of what you look like and that you like it, I don't like it. But to be 100% fair, haven't heard it, but I got a stack of fucking bennies that I put on the table that I would say I would not like it. There's questions in here, but it's kind of like, stuff that I don't really know much or really have an opinion on. So it's kind of like I don't really. Here's one from Canyon Bickle. What's up, J Dog? Two questions. What do you think it is about extreme metal that makes the mall metal douchebags want to relate to it? So I'll answer that first. You got what do you got? Two questions there. You said. I mean, I don't know. Do they, or is that just what's thrown at them? They're kind of like, oh, I want to enter the cool club too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just the thing is like that's why I find it funny with kids of today. But I think it was kids of the. I don't want to say I don't want to be unfair. It's not just kids of today. It was kids of my era too, because I had been because I was the only one. It just made sense to me, like when I was even super young, 5 years old, 7, 10, like that. You're just into shit that looked manly. I don't know, man. You liked fucking action movies. You liked some fucking horror movies. You liked fucking X-Men and He-Man and shit with testosterone. You know what I mean? And like music, you wanted to hear, man, what's heavy? What's cool? You know what I mean? Like, I don't listen to no fucking country or anything. Like, I don't know. Does a man actually listen to this? Like, I don't know. That's maybe it's a bit ignorant, but that's literally what I thought ever since a kid. Like, you know, you put on Sacred Reich, you hear Slayer, like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. You know what I mean? didn't grow up in a metal environment as far as my parents are concerned and shit. It's just like, this is just what, it's just what I picture a dude listening to. I don't know. Like if you put on something like, I don't know, what's something that comes on the fucking radio, I'm just like, not even classic rock, but like, I don't know, Alice in Chains or something. I'm just like, even 10-year-old J-Dog would have been, what the fuck is this? Why would he want to listen to this? Like, this is like, does a man actually listen to this? I don't know. And I guess like that's just kind of was my take. So what I'm getting at is with the mall douchebags, it's kind of like when I saw it at 10 years old, I'm like, oh, this looks cool. I could guarantee you if I saw, it wasn't out yet, obviously it was 10, so that would have been 10, that would have been 1995. If I saw Exhumed Gore Metal, for example, the cover, just saw the cover and shit, I'm like, this is an album, like, this looks fucking awesome. This looks awesome. And I know because things like Iron Maiden and shit, the reason I checked out Iron Maiden as a kid is me and my brothers all thought the cover art looks awesome. It's gotta be cool. You know what I mean? Like, some of the cover arts are just like, well, I'm an alternative band or whatever. You're like, what the fuck is this? Why would anyone like? I'm talking about little kid J-Dog. We're talking 8, 9, 10 years old. Fuck, why would I want to listen to this? Or a movie if it has to, like, it's got to look cool. It's got to look badass. It's got to look fucking manly. So my guess is for the fucking mall metal douchebags that you're talking about, they want to enter the cool club. They see the cool shit, but they're not cool themselves. They aren't in the cool club. They want to be in the cool club. That's my guess. Because I mean, I don't know how you look at a fucking Cannibal Corpse eaten back to life or butchered at birth and be like, that just looks badass. I mean, I don't know. That's what a fucking real man would think, in my opinion. That again, it could be just me. Where the fuck did I leave off? God damn it. Like commenting on our shirts saying they like metal, but you know goddamn well they've got no clue what they're talking about. That is generally the case, yes. Second, how do you feel about the Czech band Root? Root. What's his face just died. I heard about that. He was in his fucking 70s, I heard too. That's fucking crazy. I didn't realize that motherfucker was that old. Root. Not a fair listen. The only thing I've ever for sure listened to actually own, they did a split 7-inch with Atomizer. And that was on the B-side, and I listened to it, did not like it at all, never listened to anything since. And just kind of like the whole apparel of it, whether, you know, just the name Roots, the logo, and how it looks, it just never looked like anything interesting that I would want to check out. It could be the greatest thing in the world. So I never gave them really much of a chance just because you can't listen to everything. And to me, when I see something like Impaled, that's what looks interesting to me. When I see something like Macabre or Hemorrhage or Mortician or Incantation, things that look like, that's what appeals to me. You know what I mean? The Root just did it. Again, I could be missing out. It could be the greatest thing because the old saying, don't judge a book by its cover. But it's going back to 10-year-old J-Dog. Didn't look fucking badass. I kind of like didn't want to check it out. And I don't know, the more extreme things, aggressive, satanic, you know, upside down cross and shit, butchered up birth covers, that's kind of what looked badass to me, man, as a very, very young age. And I think that's maybe why posers and shit get under my skin, is because when they're trying to get into it to be cool, to press their buddies or whatever, it's forced. Like, nobody forced me to get in this. I never had to like talk myself into get into it, or quadruple listen to shit to get into it. It was just, that's automatically what my young little brain at the time went to, and it stayed with. I'm just like, yeah, this is like, what the fuck? This is normal to me. This is what I like. Anything outside, you know, it just seems fucking weird. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, even at 5 years old, I wasn't into the fucking Care Bears. You know, I was into fucking Predator and X-Men and, you know, manlier shit. You know, even like, you know, just action stuff, Ninja Turtles and shit like that. Like to me, like fucking like Care Bears and shit, kids and that. Like, what the fuck? This is for like 1-year-old babies. That's just what I would have thought and did think. You know what I mean? I like Arnold. That's what I was thinking. It's shit like that. That's what I liked. I don't know. So to me, like, getting the metal was so just organic and easy, as opposed to a lot of guys, you could tell it's just very, very forced. And maybe that's why I'm irritated. I'm like, because it comes off. I'm like, dude, I can just tell you're just kind of forcing yourself to be in this because you think that's to fit in, I guess, you know, or whatever the fuck the reasons are. So, gotta make that the last one, goddamn devils. Because we're at 24 minutes, just over the 20-minute mark, like I fucking like to keep it under. You know the drill. Questions, comments, concerns, leave them in there, goddamn it. Again, I'll answer bright and early at 6 a.m. See you tomorrow, goddamn it.